Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for Rogue One, a Star Wars story, which, by the way, I really hate that name. Just call it Rogue One. I don't really like the addition of a Star Wars story. That's my little rant on that. Besides the point, on to the cast. This movie stars Felicity Jones, Diego Luna, Alan Tudyk, Donnie Yen, Wen Jian, Mads Mikkelsen, Ben Mendelsohn, Mads Mikkelsen, Guy Harvey, Forrest Whitaker, Riz Ahmed, and Genevieve O'Reilly. Before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up, so for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never give you a fair one, because as usual, I did. So, yeah, as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So Rogue One, basically, it's the story of, like, the first paragraph of the opening scroll in episode 4, where it says, during the battle, rebel spies managed to steal the secret plan to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star, and an armored space station with enough power to blow up plants and whatnot. It's basically That's basically what this movie's about. These rebel spies who managed to steal the plans to the Death Star, and it's great. Now, the main point here is it the best Star Wars movie ever? No. Okay. Is it better than Force Awakens? No, not in my opinion. But is it good as a prequel? Hell fucking yes. Yeah, it's probably the best prequel we've had since Episode 3, arguably. Because you also have to include the Clone Wars movies in there, I suppose, if you really want to stretch it into that territory. But besides the point, overall, it's a great movie in my opinion. And yeah, let me just get into what I liked. Everybody here is great. Like, the acting here all around the board is great. Alan Tudyk as this droid, K2SO, was fucking hilarious in my opinion. He's so sarcastic. He's this Imperial droid, but he was reprogrammed by, I'm assuming it was Diego Luna, Luna's character, because of how it's played out. Though, who knows. And he's basically this reprogrammed Imperial droid who is now working for the Alliance, for the Rebel spies, and now he's telling them how to get the plans to the Death Star, but he's really sarcastic, and he's like, oh great, she's joining us. How come she gets a gun? I want a gun. And he's really sarcastic like that, so it's really funny in my opinion. Yeah, he's probably one of the standout characters here. Aside from him, Donnie Yen's character, which I'm probably going to butcher this name right now, Chirrut Imwe, okay? His character was great. I mean, you see him in the trailer, and he's just kind of knocking down these stormtroopers with his, like, bow staff. He's just bam, 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 and you see these stormtroopers kind of on the ground. He's like, okay, and he's fucking hilarious. And it's funny because there's this one scene because he's blind, and when they have to go to Forrest Whitaker's character, Saw Gerrera, which, by the way, apparently is a character from the Clone Wars TV series, which is also pretty cool that they're incorporating TV show characters into movies, which is awesome in my opinion. But when they go to Saw Gerrera, they put these bags over their heads. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm blind. So it's really funny how that works. And honestly, this, as I said before, is a great movie. The one thing that is lacking, though, is the fact that it's the pacing. The pacing is too fast for its own good, because you don't really learn that much from any of these characters. I mean, you know Jen Erso, you know her backstory, and even after that, the main character, you really don't get that much out of her. I mean, you know she lived with Saw Gerrera for a few years. She was arrested right before the movie begins. Actually, they had a small backstory with her dad, and how he was captured by Ben Mendelsohn's character, I believe. And aside from that, I mean, that's really the only backstory. The fact that her dad, Galen Erso, has been kidnapped by the Imperial regime, I suppose is how you say it, by the dark side, and that's really all you get. Her mom is dead, and then she lives with Saw Gerrera. That's as much backstory as you get. Cassian, played by Diego Luna. I mean, the only backstory that you get out of him is the fact that he's been doing this since he was 6. You know, he's been on the good side, the light side, since he was 6. K2SO, again, he's just a reprogrammed droid. I mean, I don't really think you could get that much backstory out of a droid. But then again, there's R2-D2 and C-3PO, which awesome cameos. So yeah, I mean, Chirrut Imwe's character, Donnie Yen's character, his backstory is like, I'm one with the Force is with me, which is probably going to be the standout line. Just like the one from Doctor Strange, Dormammu, I've come to bargain, or some shit like that. So that's going to be the standout line from this movie. And yeah, I mean, you don't really get that much. Character development-wise, you don't get that much, which is probably the most disappointing part of this movie. The fact that, character-wise, there's just really nothing to these characters. I mean, you have a quick backstory, like a 2 or 3 sentence backstory with them, and then, okay, throw away, get to the action. And you heard about this reshoot, like, halfway through this year, and honestly, I feel like they said that the reshoots was the fact that it was too dark even for Disney standards, which, okay. I mean, Disney has been known to get pretty dark. Look at, I mean, in any of the movies, look at Pinocchio or, Hunchback of Notre Dame, in my opinion, is like their darkest movie yet. So, but I guess they didn't want to go that dark with Star Wars, which I guess it is a fair comparison. You have like a whole fucking universe versus an animated movie, so yeah. But overall, in my opinion, for this, I do feel like they could have. I feel like they need that darkness a bit. Although I will say the last thing was dark as shit. You just see Darth Vader. They're getting these plans. Everybody's already dead at this point. They're getting these plans. They need to get it to Carrie Fisher's character, Princess Leia, right? And they need to get it. They need to get it to her fast, like right now. And the door is jammed. The door won't open. And all of a sudden, all of these like randos, red shirts, guards or whatever, just hear boom, and you just see that red lightsaber, and you're like, shit is gonna go down, and you just have this one guy at the door opening the door. You have another guy on the other side of the door trying to help out the door, but Darth Vader's just like slicing these people left, right. He uses one guy with the Force, brings him up, boom, brings him down, and at the end that last guy's like, shit, I'm not gonna make it out of that. Use the plans, get the fuck out of here, and he just gets fucking stabbed to the back with the lightsaber, and boom, and you see it going through the door. I think that was great. That was dark as shit. But I heard there was supposed to be a darker ending, and I've heard a pretty good theory as to what this ending could have been. Where instead of all those random like random guards, it was gonna be our team. So you have Cassian, you have Jin, you have K2, you have Chirrut, Baze. Who else am I missing? Maybe Saw, because there are some scenes where it seems like Saw would have been a bigger part of this movie, which I could have seen, and maybe hell, and what's the other guy's name? Bodhi. Instead of those random guards, it would have just been our core group, and that would have been fucking savage. I'm like, and that would have that would have been dark as shit, and yeah, that would have been dark. I mean, I will say though, I mean, here's one thing though. You knew from the very start, if you knew like Star Wars lore, that these characters were most likely gonna die by the end of the movie. So you knew that. But even their send-off is pretty bad. You just have K2SO. He's like, this is what happens. Cassian and Jin, they're trying to get the Death Star plans. So they're in this big-ass database room. They're trying to find the plans. And K2 is like, hey, I'm going to lock you in before I die because, I'm about to die. 2, there's a shit ton of stormtroopers. So he locks the door. He just starts shooting stormtroopers left and fucking right. Like, C-3PO is never going to do that. And R2-D2 and BB-8 sure as fuck can't even do that. So yeah, holy shit. Just go boom, boom, boom. Then he probably has the most tragic death, or arguably the most tragic death, because Jin and Cassian's deaths are also pretty tragic in my opinion. After the Death Star explodes the planet they're on, they just kind of hug each other and look at the explosion that's coming. So that was pretty sad. And I mean, Saw Gerrera more or less has the same death, only he didn't get as much character development as the other two characters. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, overall great movie in my opinion. It's not as good as any. I feel like if I have to rank Star Wars movies, this would have to be the fourth one, or maybe fourth, maybe fifth in my opinion, because you have the original trilogy plus Force Awakens, and then this one will be right there. And then yeah, because I haven't seen the Clone Wars movies, that's the thing, and then so I don't know how to rank the Clone Wars movies, but overall, it's a great movie. Definitely check it out. It is action-packed, and again, the only real problem with this movie is the fact that, first off, you could tell, just like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, that there are scenes in the trailers that are not in the movie, and it is a bit disappointing. I do want to see how that is in the deleted scenes, so hopefully we'll see how that turns out. But aside from that, I just wish they would have given us a bit more character development. I mean, you do see how scummy even the rebellion can be, because you also do have this one scene towards the beginning where Cass, and he's like trying to get information off this one guy, and then he realizes that stormtroopers are about to kill him, and he's with this guy. Thing is, this guy can't really climb walls because of the fact that his arm is broken, so he shoots him in the back. So you know that the rebellion, they're not all shiny, glitz, and glamour. They could get pretty dark as well. So that was pretty cool to see. And yeah, I mean, overall, this also fixed two major issues with the whole Star Wars movies, which I may talk about in a future video. But just to kind of give you a quick synopsis of that section, the two biggest parts that it fixes from the original trilogy, and one of them it fixes from the original trilogy, the other one just fixes it from the overall movie series. And as for the original trilogy, specifically the first movie, number 4, episode 4, is, why the fuck is the weakness so not specifically obvious, but why is it so badly guarded, I suppose is the best word to say. And that's because it was done deliberately. The person who created that section deliberately made it that weak and made it that obvious that that's the weakness. So I really did like that. And all that, the stuff with the Galen Nurse, so he actually had a pretty bad tragic death in of itself too. So yeah. Now the second thing that I really liked that really did prove, and it's not one of those things I thought of. It's just something after watching several video reviews of this movie, I'm like, it's one of those things, oh shit, yeah, you're right, I didn't realize that, was the Force. Now, you already know how the Force works, may the Force be with you, but now there's an extra layer to that, because apparently, you want the Force to be with you, because apparently everybody has their own destiny, or their own fate, in my opinion. Or in their opinion, sorry. Everybody has their own fate, or destiny, sorry. And the way with Donnie Yen's character, he's like, I'm one with the Force is with me, I'm one with the Force is with me. You see all these people dying, and then he goes out, and he has to, like, press this button so that the control tower or whatever could send the plans to the Death Star to the rebellion. So he goes up to this pedestal thing where the button is, and he's like, I'm one with the Force is with me, and I'm one with the Force is with me. And all these shots, these stormtroopers, who realistically are like fucking military trained soldiers who should be shooting him left, right, and center, they all keep missing, and someone says, hey, that's probably because of the Force. I'm one with the Force is with me, so the Force will protect me. So I thought that gave a really cool layer to the Force, and that would also make a lot of sense, because if you've seen, Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, who else do we have? Anakin, the original trilogy, I suppose. And the new one, Rey, Finn, and Poe. They're all in these like weird ass situations where realistically, at least someone should have died, and nobody does. So that does bring in an extra layer with the Force, and honestly, I thought that was pretty cool in my opinion. I really did like it for that. I'll probably go have a bit more in-depth analysis of that. Maybe after Christmas and New Year's, and after all the craziness ends. Maybe if I don't forget about it next month, like in January. But yeah, overall, I like the movie a lot. Maybe it's definitely top 5, maybe top 6, depending on how you want to see it, because there are the Clone Wars movies. It's definitely a great movie in my opinion. I did like it. It's not as good as the original trilogy, obviously. It's not as good as Force Awakens, but it is still a pretty good movie in my opinion. It's better than the prequels. I can promise you that right now. So yeah, overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a great movie, well acted, great action, great special effects, obviously, sound mixing and all that. The score is great by Giacchino. Yeah, this is the first movie where John Williams doesn't do the score. I forget his first name, but I know his last name is Giacchino, and he was worked with is J.J. Abrams, I believe, or Gareth Edwards, I forget who, for like the past, I don't know how many something years or movies he's done, but yeah, this is the first Star Wars movie not to be scored by Hank Williams, Hans Zimmer, someone, I'm forgetting the name right now, but I think I said it right now, so I'll probably just put it down here in the bottom once I remember the name. So yeah, overall I like the movie, and it's a great movie, definitely do check it out. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.